All right, let's talk about the future. Specifically, how we talk about it in English. Because it can get really confusing. It seems so simple on the surface, but the way you ask a question, the way you phrase something can actually change everything.
So, picture this. Someone asks you, will you watch a movie tonight? Seems like a pretty normal question, right? But is that the only way to ask? What if they just changed a couple of words? And there it is. Will you versus are you going to? To a lot of us, they might sound exactly the same. And honestly, it's one of the biggest trip-ups for English learners. But that little difference, it's huge. And it goes way deeper than just grammar.
That's the secret right there. The tense you choose, the words you pick, they say something about what's going on in your head. It reveals your intention, your level of certainty, whether this is a brand new idea or a plan you've had for a while.
So, I want you to think of the different ways to talk about the future as 4 unique tools in a toolkit. You wouldn't use a hammer to saw a piece of wood, right? Well, it's the same idea here. Each tool has a very specific job. Once you know which one to grab, you'll be way more precise.
So, our very first tool is will. This is your go-to for anything spontaneous. Think of it like the magic wand for decisions you make right here, right now.
And here's the key. If you're making the decision as the words are coming out of your mouth, will is your best friend. It is literally the tense for just now.
This is the perfect example. You weren't sitting there planning to answer the phone. Nope. You heard it ring, and in that split second, you decided to act. I'll get it. Spontaneous, simple, done.
Okay, now this is where it gets really interesting. Will can also be for predictions, but only when they're based on, a gut feeling. I think it will rain. It's just my opinion. But if I look outside, see those big, dark clouds rolling in and say, wow, it's going to rain, now I'm making a prediction based on actual evidence I can see. One's a guess, the other is an observation.
So that brings us right to our next tool. This is going to, and it's your workhorse for plans and intentions. This is the future that you've already given some thought to.
The second you use going to, you're sending a signal. You're telling the other person, hey, this isn't some random idea I just had. This is something I've considered. A plan is already in motion, even if it's just in my head. And you can see it in these examples, right? Visiting grandparents usually isn't a spur-of-the-moment thing, it's a plan. And starting a new job, that's a huge intention. In both situations, the decision was made way before the conversation started, so we use going to.
All right, tool number 3. This is the present continuous. And this is where your plans start to get really serious. We're moving beyond a simple intention and into the world of fixed, solid arrangements.
Think of this as leveling up from going to. Not only did you make a plan, but you've actually taken steps to lock it in. You've probably talked to someone else, booked a ticket, or put it right there in your calendar. It's happening.
And this slide just lays it out perfectly. I'm going to visit Paris is a beautiful dream, an intention. But when you say I'm flying to Paris tomorrow morning, well, that implies the tickets are bought. The plan just became a rock-solid arrangement. The certainty level just went way, way up.
Exactly. You don't just plan to meet friends at a specific time. You arrange it. You text back and forth, you agree on a time, a place, maybe someone made a reservation. It's a shared, fixed event. That makes the present continuous the perfect tool for the job.
And that brings us to our final tool. This one is the most certain, the most unchangeable of them all, the present simple. This is for the future that's already been carved in stone by a schedule or a timetable.
The thing to remember here is that these events are completely out of your personal control. You didn't arrange them, some bigger system did. We're talking about things like train schedules, store hours, or the school calendar. I mean, think about it. That train leaves at 9:15 a.m., period. It doesn't care if you're on it or not. The movie starts when it's supposed to. These aren't your plans. They're just fixed points in time. And that's why we use the strong, simple, present simple tense.
Okay, phew. We've gone through all 4 tools in our future tense toolkit. Now let's just pull back and put them all together for one final look.
And there you have it, your ultimate cheat sheet for the future. You've got the spontaneous will for ordering a coffee, the planned going to for a big life change, the arranged present continuous for lunch plans, and the timetabled present simple for when the flight gets in. 4 tools, 4 totally different levels of certainty.
So if there's one big idea to take away from all this, it's this. Think of it like a scale of certainty. You start with a spontaneous idea using will. That idea grows into a plan with going to. Then you lock it into your calendar with the present continuous. And finally, you have things that are totally scheduled and unchangeable using the present simple.
So the choice is no longer just about picking the right grammar, is it? It's about showing people exactly what you mean. It's about communicating just how certain you are. So the next time you talk about tomorrow or next week or even next year, which tool are you going to choose?